Fascism author Jonah Goldberg and Living Constitution, Dying Faith author Brad Watson, both written columns for my upcoming issue of Fusion Magazine, which you can subscribe to at glennbeck.com. This month it is all about progressives and the cancer that it is. Let me pass another story. We did a story. Do we have any footage of the protest that happened in Connecticut? Can we show this? There was this protest that happened, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and we covered it. Nobody else covered it. The state of Connecticut, a couple of representatives up there were going after the Catholic Church. And it was so very transparent. And once the media spotlight was on, it went away. And I said, look out, they're going to come back. Well, they have. Now they're saying because the Catholic Church bust these people up, they're now a lobbying group and violated the law. Right. What comes to mind when you're talking about progressives in this story?
Go ahead, Joe. I just see it as a sort of a perfect example of this sort of a kind of totalitarianism, which I don't mean jackbooted thugs. I mean this idea that there is no realm that is safe from politics. There are no safe harbors. So you have churches that aren't part of the general progressive tide, and they are seen as institutions that must be whittled down and filed down until they are fixed and they go along with everybody else. And we've seen this. This is exactly how sort of political religions of the left always work. They always go for any institution that isn't pulling its oar with everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Joan. I think this kind of thing is analogous to the desire for campaign finance reform, frankly, because what they want to do with the Catholic Church here is limit political inputs, how people, non-governmental actors, can influence politics. It's the same kind of progressive desire you see in campaign finance reform, the desire to administer everything, and when you can limit inputs into politics, you can control outcomes, and this is what...
Right. It's also, but I mean, in Massachusetts, the Catholic Charities had to get out of the adoption business.
That's right.
Because the state told them that they couldn't discriminate against gay couples. And the whole point is that they don't want any institutions that don't have the same internal rules as the Department of Motor Vehicles. Everybody has got to be on the same page singing from the same secular hymnal, and you can't have any islands of separateness out there.
If you're not, you've got to be controlled.
So how do we survive this? What should people be doing right now?
Well, look, I'm a professor. I think people should be reading, understanding the nature of the Constitution that our founders bequeathed us, and that, frankly, it is our duty to preserve. I don't think we do nearly enough of that. The colleges are awful at it. The public schools are awful at it.
Our law schools are
The law schools are dreadful. In my book, I've got a whole thing on the law schools, and it's just dreadful. It's progressivism writ large in the law schools.
What do you think people should be doing, Jonah?
Well, I think more things like the Tea Parties. I think more things that just totally run against the grain. They rub the cat backwards of the way the media has all of its expectations. They should say 2 + 2 is 4. And speak truthfully about what happens in the world.
That's really what's happening, isn't it? 2 + 2 is 5, and everybody's like, I don't think it is 5. I think it's 4.
Oh, Ken Lewis insists it's 5.
Yeah. Well, he didn't for a while, but now he's like, no, now he understands. But they meant 5 in the best possible way.
It's like that scene in Godfather 2 where the guy's brother is brought in from Italy just for a friendly visit.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much, and you can read their articles in Fusion Magazine. We'll have you back. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to tie the whole show together. What does it all mean? Next.